Namaskar. Welcome to this special edition of Rashtra Nirman. I am Suman Arora. Rashtra Nirman is a special series on Sansad TV through which we highlight the efforts being undertaken to make India a developed nation by 2047. In line with Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision, a Viksit Bharat envisages a self-reliant, technologically advanced and globally competitive India, driven by innovation, education and the brimming energy of its youth. As we move towards this transformative goal, students and young professionals will play a crucial role in shaping the nation's future. Education, research and technological advancement will be the backbone of this journey. And institutions like IIT Delhi stand at the forefront of this mission. Through this series on Sansad TV, we are creating a bridge between policymakers, institutions and the people, ensuring that visionary ideas translate into impactful actions. As a public broadcaster, our role is to inform, engage and inspire every stakeholder in this nation-building process. In today's episode, we are delighted to have with us Professor Rangan Banerjee, Director of IIT Delhi, a distinguished academician and leader in the field of technology, innovation and sustainable development. He will share with us insights on the role of premier educational institutions in shaping a Viksit Bharat, the power of research and entrepreneurship, and how young minds can contribute to India's growth story. Thank you so much for joining us, Professor Banerjee. I welcome you to Sansad TV.
Thank you, Sumanji. It's such a great pleasure to be here.
Before moving forward with the interaction, let's take a look at this report first.
For over 6 decades, IIT Delhi has been a powerhouse of innovation, shaping India's technological and scientific landscape. Founded in 1961, this premier institute has produced some of the brightest minds, scientists, entrepreneurs and global leaders, contributing to India's growth and beyond. From Silicon Valley to ISRO, IIT Delhi's alumni have left an indelible mark worldwide. As India marches towards its vision of becoming a developed nation by 2047, IIT Delhi stands at the forefront of research and innovation. The Indian Institute of Technology, IIT Delhi, is ranked 150th in the world by the QS World University Rankings. This is the highest ever QS ranking for IIT Delhi. IIT Delhi envisions to contribute to India and the world through excellence in scientific and technical education and research, to serve as a valuable resource for industry and society, and remain a source of pride for all Indians. With groundbreaking advancements in deep tech, space research and sustainability, institutes like IIT Delhi are not just shaping India's future, they are defining it. The journey continues as IIT Delhi and its bright minds drive India towards a future of technological excellence and global leadership.
Professor Banerjee, we all are aware that IITs have been created as centers of excellence for training, research and development in the fields of science, technology and engineering. And IIT Delhi has a high ranking in the world rankings. That's very impressive. So you at IIT Delhi are taking any initiatives in the skill development, and whether any non-IITians and young professionals can also engage in that. So could you share something about that?
We are taking a large number of initiatives for skill development. We believe apart from our academic programs, we have continuing education programs. We have a whole host of programs under the e-Vidya scheme. So that is, there are online and hybrid programs in cutting edge areas like electric vehicles, robotics, AI, ML, entrepreneurship development.
There are some courses in that.
These are all courses.
And research is also, facilities are there?
Research facilities are also there. We believe that in addition to our students, we also have a responsibility to society and we provide opportunities for professionals to upgrade their knowledge in cutting-edge areas.
That's so wonderful.
Yeah.
And for students who are in, supposing senior secondary school?
For school students, we have a number of initiatives. We have initiatives for outreach. So we have, for instance, for women students, we have a special workshop, a training program, a 6-month program for 11th and 12th standard students to get an understanding of what is research, what are we doing at IIT Delhi, also getting some experience in terms of working in the labs, interacting with our students and learning by doing, so that they can decide based on more informed idea of what is engineering, what is science, so that they can make their career choices. We've had, each year we take a cohort of women students from schools around Delhi NCR.
This is mainly for women students?
This is for women students.
In fact, sir, there is another unique trend that we have noticed, that in STEM subjects we have less number of women students as compared to men. So
this is to address that. Actually, this is we wanted women students to understand that the IIT Delhi environment is an enabling environment where women will feel welcome, and then there are a lot of challenges. They interact with some of our women faculty and our other women students.
That's so interesting.
So that they can give the message.
That's so interesting, sir.
We also have, for general students, we have a change makers workshop, and this is a 1-month workshop for where students actually learn by doing, and they have various projects where they make a whole host of things, and these are students who understand. And of course we get a large number of applications, so only a few, we can only take about 30 or 40 each year. So that's another, we call it a, this is called a change makers kind of. So
how do they have to apply, and is there any educational criteria for them?
They apply, and there's a form, and then they based on their ideas of what they want to do, so accordingly we select.
Yeah,
and
so important hands-on project and internships, so these are so important in shaping their personalities.
Yeah, and we give them a whole host of inputs, and then they work in teams and actually build something which works.
Oh, they work in teams.
That's
so interactive and so growth oriented.
So that's also that is also students who've come for these workshops have been actually quite motivated.
Very good. Yeah. So are there any outreach programs where you are having foreign collaborations also with some countries? And you are also an adjunct faculty member at Carnegie Mellon University. And what, in your view, is whether these foreign collaborations, how can they contribute to quality education, enhancing research and education facilities in India for students?
So there are two different questions. Let me answer the first one.
Please.
We have had, we've just started a campus in Abu Dhabi in the UAE.
Okay.
And we had a number of programs for Emirati students to come to IIT Delhi to understand what is the IIT Delhi ethos. We also conducted programs in the UAE, in Abu Dhabi, for school students. We've had Japanese students, school students coming here. We've had our students go to Japan. And so these are some of the international outreach that we've tried to do.
Their exchange programs are also there. Our Indian students are also going there.
Yes. So we've had school students from other countries coming and visiting IIT Delhi. In terms of research collaborations and international collaborations, IIT Delhi has collaborations with universities from across the world. And some of the collaborations, of course, faculty to faculty, many faculty members have, you talked about my affiliation with CMU. Yeah. Similarly, many faculty members have affiliations with various universities where they spend We enable faculty members to spend time during summer or the vacation period in other universities across the world. In addition to this, we have a joint PhD program with the University of Queensland in Australia, and we have about 100 PhD students who have one guide from IIT Delhi, one guide from University of Queensland. And they spend a certain amount of time in the University of Queensland. We have a similar arrangement with the university in Taiwan, where we are focusing on semiconductors. And basically these are all in critical and emerging areas, so that we can get the benefit of multiple cultures as well as high-end fabs and facilities, which will enable our young people to actually contribute to Viksit Bharat.
That is the theme of this program also, so it's so interesting.
We have now also with the Sorbonne University from France, One Health campus. It's a virtual campus where we are looking at various things, where we're looking at science and technology for healthcare. And so these are just some examples, but essentially we have many such initiatives. On our campus, we have one truly international program, which is funded by the International Solar Alliance. So this is a master's program in renewable energy and energy policy, where we have 20 students from 20 different countries. So there's one Indian in that cohort.
Oh, that's really interesting.
That's an interesting, and we've had 3 batches of that. We've been also with the Ministry of External Affairs. There is this iTech program, where you have 2-week programs in critical areas, where professionals come from many of the developing countries, and they spend 2 weeks in IIT Delhi.
What is the idea behind having just one students from different countries? Each from one country.
These are sponsored, so that there's a funding limitation in terms of numbers. But the idea is that when we get different countries have different ways of looking at their systems, their energy systems, and when we get all of this together, we actually India makes a difference in so many other countries in the world.
Right. You talked about e-Vidya.
Yes.
I believe there is Unnat Bharat Abhiyan also you have been involved with.
Yes.
So what is that?
So, more than about a decade back, the Unnat Bharat Abhiyan was launched. The initiative was launched with the idea that often in higher education, the focus is on urban areas and problems of urban. We wanted that our students and our faculty members and our researchers should focus on rural areas and rural problems. So the Unnat Bharat Abhiyan is a national initiative led by IIT Delhi, but we have around 3,000 science and engineering as well as universities coupled together in this. We are linked with 17,000 villages. The idea is that we have an opportunity for students to go and do an internship in a village, identify the problems of the village, work to see whether it is on water, whether it is in small scale industry, and look at it, and then we provide funding for research. So this is the it's a network, and a network to enable our higher education institutions to focus on the real problems facing the country. And that is why it's Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. That is the scheme.
And in fact, it's such a wholesome idea. I mean, yes. to first go to the grassroots level and see what exactly are the problems, and then find solutions also.
Yes, yes. And it's
are there any success stories, case studies where
there are many? There are many in terms of schemes for water, implementation of biogas plants, and many things. It actually opens up the mind of the student when they go and spend time, identify. One of the key things in education is to understand that you focus on problems and you can make a difference and you can make an impact, and that is a lesson which does not just come from the classroom. That's where you have
and it's so critical to look for those problems, but they don't know where to look for the problems. Right. And this is where you are guiding them. Right. This is so interesting. And there is one, you have also worked with some teams of e-Shunya teams. So anything about that, and whether how these can help students? You think what is the role of mentorship? How does it help students?
I think mentorship is very important. You mentioned about Team Shunya. That was earlier when I was at IIT Bombay. This is a student-driven team where you have to create a fully functional house running on solar energy.
Oh.
And the competition is that the students design the house, build it, and then the house functions. We had a team, the first Indian team, which went to the solar decathlon in Europe, and the team went to Versailles near Paris, and they built that, and then they made it work, and then it's a fully functional, completely fully functional house. So the role of having teams of understanding the challenges of bringing together things and making things work is engineering in practice. And this really, students working together, doing this, gives a very significant learning experience. At IIT Delhi, we have a number of such teams. We have a team, the team which is in Formula One racing, which every year creates a vehicle. It's an electric vehicle, and then they participate in the race. We have a team, which looks at, it's called iGEM, genetically engineered machines, and then we've done well in all the international competitions. There's a robotics. So we have enabled and supported student initiatives in clubs where then they get excited, because then they start doing something, then they find, okay, I need to get this battery, what is the technology behind it, then they'll go and approach a faculty member, then they will. So this kind of learning, and many of these students end up actually becoming entrepreneurs, developing their own companies and coming out of it. So we are... That
is the need of the hour.
Yes. So we are trying to enable learning outside the classroom through these initiatives and team building. We are also currently doing a complete curriculum review. In our new curriculum, we are trying to have every student will have at least one capstone project where they will work in a team and make something or develop something.
So IIT Delhi has high-end research facilities, but are these also available for outside researchers? How can they access?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. We have most of the facilities that we have been got through government or public funding, or some of them are from industry funding. But we have, all of this is now open, and we have this, there is this iSTEM portal, which is a national portal, and any researcher or student who wants a particular facility, whether it's a characterization facility, high-end microscopy, cryo-TEM, they can apply for it, and then they will get a slot, and then they can come. We have DST has sponsored a Sathi. It's called a Sophisticated Help Analytical. It is in our campus in Sonipat. A whole host of equipment. We are trying to enable and provide these 24/7 to any researcher who needs it. Okay. And we are also in the, we're trying to upgrade our facilities to keep making it cutting edge facilities. We are getting a new supercomputer, which will be one of the computers for AI. It will be one of the largest in the NCR region. Even that will be accessible to researchers across.
IIT Delhi is surely doing a tremendous work in this field. And you have also signed an MOU with ISRO.
We have, MOUs with ISRO. Where
is there anything for students and young professionals?
So in this MOU, what we do is, there are joint projects for faculty members with ISRO scientists in different areas of interest to ISRO, whether it is remote sensing, whether it is related to the satellites and others. So that is the kind of jointly we can we do.
Your areas of interest have been energy management and modeling of energy systems, etc., which is quite multidisciplinary in nature, because you have policy, economics, and engineering. So it's students with having a multidisciplinary education. How can they be prepared to address global challenges like sustainability, etc.? and energy transitions that are required these days?
So actually, we have, when we look at knowledge, we partition it into different silos. That is the way in which the education system has evolved. But actually in real life what happens is a problem goes beyond these silos. So whether it is sustainability, climate, energy, we need to have an appreciation of multiple disciplines. And this is something which we are trying to enable multidisciplinarity across all our fields. So energy transition, sustainability, climate is one of them. Healthcare, we have about 100 faculty members from different departments. Someone is working in computer science but is doing something which can be looking at the images which impact healthcare. And so this is something which we are actively trying to encourage. We also try to have, even our curriculum, students have the flexibility to take courses from other disciplines, and this is also part of NEP.
Right.
This is part of this is recognized by our government, and we are pushing the education system to become multidisciplinary.
Yeah, this is really important.
This is extremely important.
And any other, what are your key priorities for future, for any other new initiatives that are being planned for, of course, for the nation building, so that we are ready for Viksit Bharat?
Our key priorities, firstly, is we are trying to enable and make our graduates future ready. Right? So we are trying to create a much more exciting learning environment for our students. We are also trying to see that the research that we do are on problems that are relevant, and which makes an impact which is needed for the country. We are linking up with industry. We are linking up with, IIT Delhi has done a lot of things for defense. We've done, for instance, we have an indigenous bulletproof vest, which is as good as the, lightweight with new materials, which is as good as the imported bulletproof vests. We have a number of things in our textile department. We are looking at smart textiles, technical textiles, things which can withstand very high temperatures, very low temperatures. All of this, we are doing this in connection with defense in strategic areas. We are looking at things related to artificial intelligence, artificial intelligence applications in healthcare. We are looking at, we were part of all the IITs got together to develop an indigenous 5G test bed and a 5G technologies. We are looking at 6G and others. So we have been identified as one of the hubs for quantum technologies, quantum material and devices. It's a hub where IIT Delhi links up with other institutes, and these are things that we are looking at. We have an initiative where we are trying to enable the startup ecosystem, not just our startups. On our campus, we have about 125 startups and we also have in our Sonipat campus the Atal Innovation Center, where we have another 30 startups. These are not Delhi-based startups, these are from Haryana in the local. And we would like to see that we add value to the ecosystem. We couple with other institutes within the region, and Delhi NCR becomes the startup hub comparable with the best in the world. Right? So this is because new ideas, new innovations, people running with their ideas, making a difference, working on real problems. As IIT Delhi, we have a vision to be the pride of all Indians. We want to do that through the knowledge, through the application of the knowledge, through our students and our alumni, and through actually making a difference.
That's so impressive. And now, a final question now. What is your piece of advice to the parents and the students aspiring to join premier institutions like IIT, or those who are not able to get through JEE and all? So how can they keep upskilling themselves so that they can contribute to nation building, to realize our Prime Minister's vision of Viksit Bharat by 2047?
So I think the first important thing is that we have a large number of very good students. So I think students should not feel upset or dejected if you don't get into a particular, you don't get in through the JEE Advanced. It doesn't matter. There are many, many opportunities. Identify what you are interested in, find your passion, and whether it is there are many places to work, there are many pathways to what you want to do. Identify your strengths and work on it. We also have through Swayam, and there are online resources available. Find what interests you, pursue that, and then work on it. Because the world is changing, the opportunities are changing. If we are sincere, we work hard, and we identify our passions, there's no limit to what a young Indian can do. There are so many opportunities that are there in the country. We are on a path of going towards Viksit Bharat, and I think it's the young people who will make this happen.
Yes.
So we have to believe in ourselves.
And they will benefit also.
Yes, absolutely. And we are all there to, the institutions are all there to help young people, but it is people who make the difference. And we are fortunate to have the brightest minds, the best people. That is why our institutions are what we are.
Right. Thank you so much, Professor Banerjee, for joining us today. You came all the way to our studios, and it has been such an enlightening talk, and I really appreciate your inputs. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Sumanji. It was such a pleasure.
Thank you. Viewers, as you can see, our country's institutions are making significant contributions to nation building through their innovations, initiatives, and various other efforts. Our endeavor at Sansad TV is to keep you updated and engaged, especially the students and young professionals, on India's developmental journey to realizing Viksit Bharat by 2047. That's all for this episode of Rashtra Nirman. In the next episode, I'll be back with another distinguished expert from another renowned institution of our country. Till then, keep watching Sansad TV.